Guys, alam niyo ba that each year there are 40 million used cars being sold around the whole world? So ang dami nagtatanong sa akin, Ref, how do I buy a used car without getting scammed? How do I buy a used car na hindi baha o kaya hindi ninakaw? What are some tips that I can give you guys to make sure that the used car we're getting will not be something of a headache later on? And that's why I'm here today para turuan kayo ng ilang tips to make sure that the used car we're getting is the safest and most reliable car at hindi tayo maloloko later on. Let's go. When buying a used car, the first important thing that you should look out for, actually I think the most important thing should be paperwork. Now, anong hahanapin mo? There's such things called as the OR, which is the official receipt, and the CR, the car registration. Combined, they're called OR-CR. So, palagi mo siguro itong naririnig when people ask, meron bang OR-CR yan? O kaya original ba yung OR-CR niyan? It's because this paperwork is what can validify that the car is legitimate. Now, a lot of people will say, Sir, Xerox lang yung OR-CR ko, o kaya, Sir, walang OR-CR, pwede bang to follow na lang? Guys, pag sinabi nila yon, that's the biggest red flag that there is. Even if the car is in super good condition, whether sobrang mura niya o kaya sobrang brand new nung itsura niya, guys, I'm sorry, but you have to turn around. That car is not worth it. Usually, kapag walang ORCR yung kotse, it's either because, number one, unfortunately, ninakaw siya, o kaya number two, nabaha, o kaya number three, nawala. Ngayon guys, if they say nawala, it's easy for a person to actually get an ORCR if nakapangalan naman ito sa kanila. So if they're saying something na nakakatamad or like ikaw na lang gumawa, guys, I'm sorry, that's a red flag. So saan ba yung ORCR? It's usually in the glove box. So open this, and then usually there's this big bulky folder there. Nasa loob ito lahat ng supporting documents ng kotse. This is the ORCR, guys. I-block ko na lang because this is my personal ORCR. But it should look like this. Pwede naman siyang Xerox lang to check, and then kapag nag-sale na kayo, dapat bigyan niya sa yung original. Make sure nyo lang na nakaregister siya sa person selling it to you, or kaya sa father niya, o kaya sa grandparent niya or something, but make sure that the car can be legally transferred. So if all the paperwork is correct, you can finally start the car and make sure the engine and everything else is in working condition. So as you get into the car, the first thing you should do, of course, is to start it. When you start it like that, you have to make sure na hindi siya pumapalya, hindi siya nahihirapan, because if nahirapan siya o kaya meron siyang problem in a sense na hindi siya hard starting siya o kaya nahihirapan siya mag-start, there's usually going to be a problem with the battery o kaya with the fuel lines, and you just wouldn't want that problem. So the first thing to focus on is to make sure that it starts well, it starts and sounds good, and that there are no problems in turning on the vehicle. So sa Pilipinas, alam naman natin na sobrang init, and ako personally, the first thing I look for in a car, whether new o kaya luma, is the air conditioning. If the air conditioning at its lowest speed cannot cool the car, unfortunately, it's a no for me, guys. Now, the aircon system of a car is one of the most expensive components of a vehicle because pag nag-break yung compressor, ang init talaga ng kotse and it's really not worth it. And there's really a lot of things that go into a car's aircon system. So the first thing you should focus on is turning on the air conditioning. Make sure that the AC temperature is on max. At its lowest setting, it should be able to cool the car well. Yung hindi ka pinapawisan kahit sobrang init sa labas. Right now, it's 34 degrees Celsius outside, and the car at its lowest setting cools me and the cameraman, and we're actually very, very comfortable. So, yun ang number one priority, guys. Make sure the AC is working well. Dapat pag naka-max yan, kailangan naka-jacket ka. Now, another major component of the car is transmission. Guys, transmission is what allows the car to go forwards, and it's what allows the car to go backwards. So kapag nag-reverse ka, and hindi siya nag-reverse, guys, may problema yung transmission. Turn around, forget that car. Kapag nag-drive ka, and na-feel mo na parang umaalog-alog siya, o kaya parang hindi nahihirapan siya, guys, turn around and look for a different car. The way that this is kapag nag-drive ka, it should be very smooth. As in, pagka bitaw mo ng brake, the car should move with zero problems. So that's one thing to take note of. So one of the most important things in buying a car, guys, is making sure the brakes work. So if comfortable yung seller, do a brake check like this one. So one other thing that you have to look out for is make sure na wala siyang tagas o kaya leak sa ilalim ng kotse. So how do you do that? You simply go under the car and then make sure na walang tumutulo, whether it's oil, coolant, or whatever it is. Some people are scared kasi minsan may tumutulo na tubig doon. Guys, that's only the air conditioning of the car. If you're a bit worried about it, all you have to do is touch the water, and if malamig siya, it's the drainage for the AC system. That's nothing to worry about. So the most important thing in driving a car is feeling the car and making sure that everything is working right, and that's focused on driving it. So we're gonna drive the car right now. I'll tell you guys the things that you should look out for. So in driving a car, there's some things that you have to look out for. Number one, of course, is making sure your steering is okay. Hindi siya kumakaliwa, and it's not steering to the right. And when you let go of it, the car should be driving pretty much straight. So this is a good example because we're driving straight right now, and the steering wheel, kahit paano, is about center, and the car isn't straying left or right. This is a good telltale sign to see if the car has any alignment issues, whether it's the ball joint, o kaya the tie rod, o kaya anything that has any concern with the under chassis of the car. So that's one of the things that you should look out for if tumatabing yung kotse, whether left or right. So one tip that I always use myself that a lot of people don't know, pero marami na rin nakakaalam nito, is texting LTOs 2600. That's 2600. Now, what does this do? Basically, pwede mong i-text dyan yung plate number of the car you're looking for, and makikita mo lahat ng details from make, year, kailan siya last na register, kung meron siyang alarms. So it's a safe way to see if the car you're buying is a safe car for you. And this has saved me numerous times kasi pwede mong makita na, oh, bakit blue yung kotse pero black siya sa registration? O kaya, oh, it hasn't been registered since like 2001. Sabi mo registered. O kaya, pwedeng meron din siyang alarm o kaya violation sa LTO. And I've had this cross-checked several times. Although this year, parang hindi siya updated. But yeah, this is a good way to be able to find out or at least add to the validity of the car that you're buying. Guys, I know, naintindihan ko. As a new car buyer and as someone who's not familiar with all of these tips, I understand how it might get a little bit complicated to remember all of these measures kapag kukuha ka ng used car. After all, hindi naman lahat ng tao car guy kagaya ko, and I understand that there are a lot of people na wala na silang oras to be able to, research on these things. Minsan gusto na lang nila bumili ng kotse na alam nilang hindi sila magkakaproblema later on. Kahit naman myself, alam mo, all of these things natutunan ko lang lahat to through experience. As mentioned before, I've sold more than 15 to 20 to even 25 vehicles in my life. So I understand the process of buying a car, making sure that the buyer is okay, making sure that the seller is okay and happy with the deal, making sure that everything is according to plan. Now, for the people there who aren't so techy and don't have a lot of time to learn all of these things, well, thankfully, Carousell partnered with Premium, the #1 automotive warranty in Japan, provides a full-on 188-point vehicle inspection with Japanese inspection standards, full transparency in vehicle conditions, and 100% confidence in making sure na hindi ka na magkakaproblema in whatever used car you're going for. Now, it's very easy to look for this. Maghanap ka lang ng kotse sa Carousell that you think would be fit for you. I have some recommendations here that I know that's perfect for car buyers, o kaya yung mga bagong papasok pa lang sa kotse, o kaya would want a car that's highly reliable na alam mong kahit saan ka pumunta, magkaka-parts ka and hindi ka mapupunta sa alanganin na scenario. Now, there are cars here such as the Toyota Vios, the Honda City, the Hyundai Accent, and all of these economic cars. And once you press on their report, makikita mo lahat ng sinabi ko earlier, which was the registration, yung model year, color, ano yung overall score niya, if it's high, if it's low, engine number, fuel type, and all of these other things na na-mention ko earlier on, nandito na siya lahat, kahit yung transmission. Now, not only that, but they also provide photos of each specific side, whether from the front, from the back, even the tires, even yung battery voltage status niya, even the actual papers of the vehicle are there and you can see it for yourself. Personally, I think this is one of the greatest ways to be able to buy a used car because hindi ka na talaga mag-aalala. Alam mo yung takot na nararamdaman natin na ano kaya mangyayari after 1 year o kaya ano kaya mangyayari after 2 years, wala na yung fear na yun because you know that this car was inspected and taken care of. Now, Premium through Carousell also offers warranty where they offer more than 200 parts that are covered in a 1 to 2 year coverage with 0 repair costs and 0 worries. Now, of course, merong eligibility for the warranty, kailangan 150,000 kilometers and below, and dapat the car will not be as old as 10 years old. And I think that's pretty much fair because ayaw mo rin na masyadong masakit sa ulo na kotse. Kapag medyo matanda na kasi siya, there's a high chance that medyo mas marami yung mga kailangan natin gawin. Now, you can use this warranty in partner shops such as Rapiday, Motec, TNBC. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video in helping you guys look for the perfect car without getting scammed. I hope I was able to help you guys. And kung nag-enjoy kayo, please comment down kung meron pa akong mga nakalimutan na tips to be able to help our fellow car buyers o kaya our fellow car people. And pag-usapan natin yung mga ways para matulungan natin yung community para hindi tayo ma-scam o kaya hindi tayo maloko later on. And also, let me know the type of content that you'd want to do kung meron kayong mga suggestions or kung ano man later on. Just let me know in the comments below and I'll try to comment to each and every one of them. Also, kung meron pa rin kayong mga cars na gustong ipa-review, let me know and we'll get to them at some point. This has been rephbangsil. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.
I've forgotten you.